3 interview tips that got me into Cambridge. Firstly, remember what this exercise is. You only have an hour to put your best foot forward and to prove yourself. So if a question comes up that you're not too sure about, then you can give a concise answer and, if appropriate, try and steer the conversation to one of your favourite topics. For example, I study French and Spanish, and in my interview they asked me about Spanish politics, which was my worst topic from the entire A-level. Instead of waffling, I gave a short, one-sentence answer. The interviewer then asked, "Do you want to expand?" and I said no. By saying this, I'm indirectly asking to speak about another topic which I'm more confident on. Remember that the interviewers want to see you perform at your best, so they will pick up on these signs. Don't be afraid to ask the interviewer for a second to think about your responses before answering. They do not expect immediate responses. In my interview, for example, they asked me how I would compare 2 books from my personal statement, but in a way that I'd never considered before. At first, I had no clue, and I didn't want to just blurt out the first idea that came into my head, so I said, "Can I have a minute to think about that, please?" And obviously it was a tiny bit uncomfortable just sitting in silence for a whole minute while my 3 interviewers were just waiting for me to give a response, but I ended up giving an answer that was a lot more insightful. This gave me the opportunity to take a deep breath and really think about the question, which is a lot better than just rattling off the first idea that comes to your head just to avoid an awkward silence. Accept that you can be wrong. The admissions panel is not looking for somebody who thinks that they know it all. Rather, they are looking for your aptitude to study your chosen subject at university. It is important to accept that you will not always be right and that there are different ways of thinking. They want to see how you take new pieces of information on board. So you could say, "Oh, that's right, I hadn't considered it that way," or "This piece of information changes my original belief that blah blah blah." In order to be an Oxbridge student, this is such an important skill because small group teaching constitutes a massive part of your education here.